Hi Fibre, welcome back. It's super nice that you are here again. We're going to start as always, first of all, by doing a review about the activities that we did yesterday. Yesterday we started by doing a review about the products reviews. Yes, it was like a review about the reviews. So, we check about this review and I told you about my experiences of buying on the internet and this kind of things that happen. It's more common now that we are in these times that we are living, like we spend most of our time at home and some of you haven't gone outside, I think. So this is why I think it's most popular than in other times buying on the internet. Now, then we did activities on the workbook, pages 36 and 37. If you haven't sent these activities to me or to the assignment, please do them because it's important. Now, we're going to do a review about the comparison adjectives. We are focusing on the adjectives that have 3 or more syllables. Okay, here we have the positive, comparative, and superlative. This is the comparative, and this one is the superlative. Okay, pay attention to it. And we are focusing on the largest adjectives. Popular has 3 syllables. Popular. Okay, so because it's like really long, you are not going to write popular. Así es como lo habíamos estado viendo, ¿verdad? Entonces recuerda que es una regla muy importante. If it's like 3, 2 or more syllables, you are going to add more popular, not popularist, not popularer. And in the superlative, superlative is used when you are comparing one object with plural, with 2 or more. Superlative, most popular, okay? Presta atención a eso. With the comparatives, we are going to use more, and superlative, most. More creative, most creative. Okay, and then we have some irregular adjectives. Good, better, or best in the superlative. Bad in comparative will be worse, and superlative would be worst. Little in a comparative will be less, and in a superlative will be least. The least. Recuerda que igual tienes que poner the or the. The least, the worst, the best, the most. And much in a comparative will be more, and in superlative will be most. Pay attention to these irregulars because in the activities that we are going to use to do today, we're going to use less, least, more, most. You need to copy this on your notebook, at least, al menos estas irregulares que tenemos acá. If you have copied the rest. Si ya copiaste el resto, es importante que copies esta. So I brought you some examples with pictures. This movie is more popular than the TV show. So here we have popular as the adjective, and then because it's like really long, I'm using more than. It's pretty important to write than at the end, okay? That book is the most boring of all, okay? I'm comparing this book with all of the books in the world, okay? So that's it. Yes, so this is why I'm using a superlative, because but boring is a long adjective. We are going to use the most, okay? So now we can go and review about 2 or enough, because we saw this the last week, but we learned a lot of topics, so I want to pay more attention to this. I cut the picture, and remember that we use 2 to mean more than, sufficient, more than, sufficient, more, less, necessary than, y se escribe así en una oración: to plus adjective. Primero to y luego el adjective. For example, it's too late to stop him. Or for example, I don't know, if I want to buy these glasses, these are my glasses, and I'm buying them at the store, oh, I can afford them, they are too expensive, okay, muy caro, es así como demasiado. Okay, Jerry was too young to watch the movie, or the blouse is too big, okay. Enough, we use enough to mean sufficient, okay, y aquí se escribe adjective plus enough, adjetivo más enough. Example, your clothes are big enough to fit me, suficiente, okay. For example, this book is good enough to learn the topics, es lo suficientemente bueno. Okay, so now we're going to go to the pages. We have 2 pages for today, but this is going to be like pretty hard, so you need to pay attention. Pages 38 and 39. Yes, dice, we have the blue shoes are expensive. Siempre presten mucha atención a estos cuadros que les dan, acá hay otro, porque ahí, como siempre les digo, ahí les explican pues lo que vamos a hacer. Si está el ejemplo así, quiere decir que la actividad siguiente se va a hacer de una manera similar a esto. O aquí, significa que este tema, to or enough, lo vamos a usar acá, ¿ok? So, we have the blue shoes are expensive. The red shoes are more expensive than the blue shoes. The black shoes are the most expensive of all. In the other side, en el otro lado tenemos as y otros ejemplos. And the red shoes are not as expensive as the black shoes. The blue shoes are less expensive than the red shoes. The blue shoes are the least expensive of all. Activity 11. Look at the ratings, circle the correct answer. Okay, we have movie reviews. If it has 1 star, boring, 2 stars, okay, 3 stars, interesting, 4 stars, and amazing, 5 stars. Okay, so terrible, disappointing. Aquí de este lado no sé por qué razón no salió en la foto. Tenemos como que las categorías o los puntos que pues que están a calificar en las películas. Por ejemplo, aquí tenemos the story, the acting and popularity, ¿ok? Entonces, ok, voy a intentar ponerlo con un poco de edición, por cualquier cosa si no se entiende, vamos a prestar atención a nuestros libros que tenemos cada quien en casita. Y luego tenemos acá the movies, abajo tenemos las películas, ya, dice Robots of the Universe, Princess of Evil, and the last one is The Pirates. So they are rating the story 5 stars. La historia tiene 5 estrellas, so it means it's amazing. The acting has 2 stars, it means it's disappointing. And the popularity has 4 stars. Interesting. Now, Princess of Evil and then The Pirates. So you're going to check this, you need to try to understand. So number 1 says the Pirates is less or more popular than Princess of Evil. You're going to circle. Number 2, the story of Princess of Evil is less or more interesting than the story of the Pirates. And so on, okay? You need to answer this depending on the information that you have here. Ok, esa es la información principal que vamos a usar acá. Eso que está aquí arriba es nada más para explicar, ok. Si tiene 3 estrellas significa ok. 4 stars means interesting or great or very popular, ok. Esto es lo que vamos a checar. Activity 12 says look at the ratings in 11, en esta. Then complete the sentences with more than or less than or the most or the least. The story of Robots of the Universe is more amazing than or less amazing than the story of the Princess of Evil, ¿ok? Vamos a poner more amazing than or less amazing than, dependiendo de lo que vimos acá. And the acting in Robots of the Universe is the least or the most extraordinary of all movies. Vamos a elegir the least or the most. Number 3, the story in The Pirates is the most boring of all and or the least boring of all. Aquí estamos usando superlatives because in these two, in number 2 and number 3, because we are comparing one movie with the rest of the movies, okay? Activity 13 on page 39 says, complete the sentences use as, or not as, okay? Recuerden, as intelligent as, not as intelligent as, okay? Cuando vamos a poner negación, vamos a poner antes not as expensive as, not as cheap as, not as beautiful as. So the black jeans are, you need to focus on these pictures, are, for example, not as fashionable as what do you think? Number 2, the black jeans are as cheap as, not as cheap as. Number 3, the blue jeans are as baggy as, not as baggy as. Solo tienes dos opciones. As, más el adjetivo que te dan entre paréntesis, as, not as, y el adjetivo as, okay? And so on. Here you have another explaining box. The price of those sneakers is too high. Those jeans are too small. The price isn't low enough. And the jeans aren't big enough. Activity 14, look at the picture. Circle the correct answer. And number 1, my brother wears really baggy jeans. The blue jeans aren't baggy enough, are too baggy for him, and so on. You are going to choose and circle the correct option. If you're seeing here a word that you don't know, you can find it on the internet. Please do it. If you don't know a word, you can ask me, find it on the internet, use your dictionaries, because it's pretty important that you understand everything, so you won't be able to do this correctly. And that's it for today. Remember that tomorrow we have the Zoom meeting, and I'll meet you there. We are going to be working. We have so many surprises upcoming. Try to be on time, and I'll see you then. Send these activities to me with the date and also your name, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you the next time. Do your activities because it's important. It's not just watching the videos, the class of the teacher. You need to do your activities and also send them to me. It's for you, not for me. Thank you so much. I'll see you the next time. Goodbye.